So the power in the community will not follow people on the road. And the leadership, so we don't know why the leadership treating all of this. It will wait until once he told her you're going to be an announcement. And since they were not hearing from him, they call him Gio. He's a touch. I feel bad because we're not living decent life yet. Yeah, our community is well polluted. We're not even living good life. Everybody possible that we drink from our well, get sick from Florida. We don't know. And we dry water from the well drinking. We want the government to come in and meet with the statue to tell maybe you don't know the resource of the electricity. Let the government help us to tell you what to do in a community. Some people community so that we can be in peace. Because we're not in peace at all when it comes to the people basic. Maybe African, the people when they take the deck, they can't visit on our road, no way for all. If you pass me there, if you come buy your food, say, finish cooking, if you want to eat. So, suffering, the other water they coming down here, getting in our where, so we don't know what to do. Say, even you taking money from your hotel, the people can come and sit down for you, the toilet, or even in the yard, when you're not there, they come and sit in the toilet. It's basically the people doing the time, we handle. I moved here 2018. They don't have toilet in the town. Everybody comes down here to toilet. So the toilet is here, they're looking at them. Even you sit in front of your hotel, the people there even can't sit down ready for you.
And of course, it is another day in Monrovia. And today is Tuesday, the 25th day in the month of February. And the year is 2025. February is gradually winding down. And so this is I'd like to say good morning again to another edition, the Kear Morning Show here on Kear Radio. As always, with me, Jefferson Weah. Welcome. Lots of things to talk about this morning, and it promises to be good today. Today's edition promises to be tough talking, fire burning, as a matter of fact. Coming very shortly, we will have as our first guest the president of SUMTUL. SUMTUL is another unit of the motorcyclists. The president, Trokon will be here this morning. We'll talk about the issues confronting motorcyclists and the police, and also those who are using the motorcycles as a means of getting to their various destinations. What has it caused? How has it affected Liberians? To talk about that this morning. 9 o'clock, we will play host to the student representatives from the campus-based student unification party, SUP. They'll be here. Two set of guests this morning on the show. The first segment, motorcyclists. On the second segment, we talk education. My name is Jefferson Weah. Be there, share the video, invite others to follow. Follow us on Facebook, Kear Network. For those of you listening to the radio, KEARNETWRK. It's a one word. And on YouTube, subscribe to our channel at Kear Communications Network. Leave your comments. We will read them out for you this morning. Recognize you. Stay with us because it promises to be good. We'll take a very short break and we'll come back. We'll usher in our guest and then we keep the ball rolling.
This is Amazing Kear Home Health Services. This is a home health agency. We send nurses and home health aides to patients' homes and take care of them, provide medical and non-medical services for them in their homes. So that's what we're doing. This is the office space where the high-end process is rendered.
Also the assisting admin at Amazing Kear. I've been with this company since 2014 when we were making nothing. And we were literally in the basement of our apartment. This is how growth have brought us this far. 2-bedroom apartment, and we were literally using the basement and the garage space to carry on this business. And because of growth, we moved here on 2019, and we've been here since 2019 doing this. And God has been so faithful along the way, and we're still going strong. You can see this is the office of Amazing Kear. We want to welcome the Kear Network in here.
Okay, so after that break, folks, we are back here on again to press you to talk and talk the talk. Share the video, invite as many people as you can, because today's edition of the show, it promises to be very wonderful as we will talk about the issue, this issue of movements, motorcyclists, police, citizens as well who usually use the motorcycles to get from one place to another. They use it to commute from one place to another, especially also students. Students too also use motorcycles to get on their various campuses in time. Sometimes they don't want to be late. And this thing about the motorcycles have gotten so used to us, even me here, at times. And so you will not want to sit in the traffic for that long. But then also to the action of other, cyclists. Well, we talk a lot when our guest is here. He's already in the waiting room. So, Princess, you can usher in our guest, bring him in so that we can begin the conversation this morning. All right. So, before my guest comes in, while he's making his way in the studio to arrange himself, um, I just want to caution us, young people. Caution us, young people. Um, this country will get better one day. So we'll continue to criticize, even though we see the right things being done, and we'll continue to criticize them. Then it means we are doing what we call disservice to our country. The little things that we have, we should appreciate those little things. And I'm saying this, we should appreciate those little things, right? Let me tell people something. I know it might sound different to some of you, right? It might sound so different, but in my own honest opinion, when it comes to, as a young person, when it comes to the uh, rehabilitation and the pavement of roads, especially from Town to Freeport to Douala, we should talk about some of these things. Yeah, we should talk about these things. All right, the government, you all know how challenging it is, or it has been, or how challenging it is when the rain falls, when we're in the rainy season, especially the corridors from Town to Freeport, and then from Freeport to Douala. The belts between Freeport, now you have that area called Sawmill, and then Sawmill. Then you also have or Jimmy Carroll Junction. All of those places, you know how challenging they are always. So when these things are being done to help the ordinary people, because mind you, if the roads are not paved, if the roads are not good, we will continue to talk and criticize, and we'll just criticize each other for nothing. Government is continuity. Whoever initiated the project, it is not about the person, it is about the country. Whatever project that will be initiated, right, is not about a particular person, it is about the country. So we should always, in our own minds, have the thought of putting country first, because this is our beloved Liberia. This is our country. We cannot keep hating each other because of what? No, we can't. We cannot. When the little things are being done, we should appreciate those little things. Any government that comes to power and, you know, any government that comes to power, you know, they will have to do their own. So the corridors from Town to Freeport, you all know from Town, especially where GT Bank is, how terrible that place is always when it rains. And then Petty Town, you know, from Claratown Store to Petty Town to LPRC, very, very difficult. All the way opposite NAFA, where UBA is. But at least we now have the only thing doubt that I have, I'm still having here. I don't know because I didn't see Junior system over there, and I think the public works, the Ministry of Public Works will have to do something about that because that particular Petty Town where you have is it ISI or UCI? Yeah, that distillery, that liquor factory there. I think they will have to do something about that so that the water don't set on the road. But at least now it's pliable. So the normal speed or the speed we used to use before to get over there, you know, between there, we always used to slow down. But when you're coming, you have to you don't have to slow down again. Though you will not be on an excessive speed, but yes, you will move. All right, you will move and you will move. Yeah, so you will move and then you have easy access. So I would say kudos to the government for that. Honestly, kudos to the government for that. From Freeport, the road, let me give you updates on the road. From Freeport, the road now, I mean, it's a quota. Yeah, I think that's the first layer. But the road from Freeport to Jimmy Carroll is now quota. And I think the company, the engineers over there, the contractors over there are doing well, honestly, because they are speeding. Now, the one of the major areas on that road is that Sayon Town. You know always that Sayon Town. Sometimes during the rainy season, they will put these heavy, all these big rocks, you know, set them there and what have you. But it's always good that we appreciate the good things that we have, the little good things that we do. Somebody will say it's long overdue or what have you, but indeed it is good that we have these things done. And when they're done, we appreciate the government. So at least for that, look, I live in Broadville. You know how challenging I find it when I'm coming. So the vehicles we have, our vehicles for our institution, you driving a vehicle and you just sometimes your car, the owner carriers, they don't last because of the bad road. But when you have paved roads, you have good roads. I mean, you enjoy your car. From Broadville to Central Monrovia is a short distance. It's a very short distance. So I would say kudos to the government for that. My only thing is I hope, which I want to be very clear. I know that the rainy season will catch up with the project, but in due time, that project will do something. So thanks to President Weah and his entire team. Thanks to the Ministry of Public Works. Thanks to the contractors for doing what they do. All right, it is all for Liberia. It's not for a single person. This is for Liberia. It's not about who initiated it or what. That my project we started it. What you started it? There were projects that people started and you came in complete. Whoever, any government, if this government starts a project and this government does not complete it, the next government that will come will end it. And that's what I want to see. This is the only way our country will develop. All right. So that's it. My guest will soon be in, but I'll cross over and my female colleague Princess Kamara is here this morning. She is on the show this morning as well. We're going to talk about lots of things. Let me recognize our followers, those of you following their Facebook. Libardino dos Santos Cooper Jr., a regular follower. Yes. He says, following, he went on to say, good morning, Kear family. Augustine Tamba, the man from District 16, the most critical voice, the man who gives the lawmakers what they make and give this in simple tough time. Augustine Tamba says, good morning, Kear Network family. I'm following from Hustle Ground. I know, my man. Hustle Ground. He said, kudos to the rescue agenda. The rescue men are talking. The rescue men are talking. Princess, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Jeff, and to all of our listeners. And those of foreigners, I'd like to say good morning.
Okay, I know you're here. You met me talking about a little progress that the government is making, especially when it comes to road. We live in Broadview, and you also in Magibi.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
I think when you say little, I think it's not being honest.
Okay.
It's a huge mark.
Honestly.
You know, for the past time, how deplorable that particular end have been, especially, commuting, coming to town, and going back for over the period, and not been easy. Most people find it very difficult, especially you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And for us, from the Roberts fee end, we are grateful at least gradually the road is, completing. And we pray that maybe before the rainy season will go as far as shuffling time, because there were the major work have been done.
Okay.
They have to catch, huge rocks. It's not easy. And the last time I tried talking to some of them, it was surprising to know the guy said we have changed the machine more than 4 times.
Imagine.
Every time we bring the machine, they won't start crush the rocks.
The rocks, yeah.
Yeah, it break down. So we have to bring another one. Wow. So there's a huge rock at that end.
Especially because on that road there are too many valleys. And,
they have to fill them.
Yeah. And
especially the rock, that's one of the huge rock over there.
I know they're gonna find it different, challenging when they reach around or Tower Hill.
Yeah.
Because that hill.
Just where I am, it's even challenging. So imagine going as far as
around the vice president area as well.
Where or the vice president is, Jeremiah Kuhn. From there going down is not an easy thing. Or again, they are actually working.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And like we say, I would like to say kudos. Yeah, at least this is what we want to see. It's not about a particular government.
And that's one of the things. If government does well, we praise government. If they don't, we also frown at them as being critical. It's not about not supporting government, where others will say they have already taken side, and this is where they want to, put their judgment in. No, when government do well, if government does well, we praise government. If they don't, we will come right here and discuss it.
And that's how we hear. I mean, we can you're not. In fact, we don't criticize. We just say the reality here. That's what
critical.
we do.
We are critical.
We just say the reality.
Yeah.
We leave it with the public, the audience to judge. This morning we're playing host to the motorcyclist president. I guess he's already here.
Yeah, he's already here. I think.
Yeah.
And Jeff, before he joined us,
okay.
There was this sad thing I just monitored, just watched right before getting to our station.
Okay.
And it was surprising to know that the police themselves are now on motorbike chasing after citizens.
They themselves on bike.
Yeah, and right in front of me, the guy knocked this guy down.
And you mean now?
Not too long before coming in.
Wow.
And he just pulled him over, dragged him, and just put out with his motorbike. I think this thing is not, taking us anywhere.
Yeah,
it's getting. And imagine how to walk.
I know.
You saw me how I'm beautiful.
Everybody
taking us
to put you down, the capital Baba saying no bike coming, but it's challenging though. We hope this matter will be solved in the soonest possible time, because I think sometimes I'm driving.
Yeah.
You see people walking.
Sometimes you're trying to carry a child to school, they have to put the child down like yesterday.
Yes, you narrated.
Yeah, imagine the guy was taking his son to school right in a single area, and this police officer just pulled him over, had the child standing, Jeff.
And he in showers on the bike.
Yeah, the man, his son should be around maybe 9 years.
Wow.
He was taking
in uniform.
Yeah, and the guy was pleading, I live right here, my child is just The school is just next to where I'm from. Can you please allow me carry my son to school? And this police officer, he left the traffic. He was directing. He left us in a queue and then took the motorbike. And just, this child was just standing. And the father had to go and solve that particular issue. Who knows whether the child even went to school? So, I don't know.
We hope this matter will be settled, like I've always said.
Again, Jeff, it's taking too long.
Yeah,
It's taking too
I
long.
know there are negotiations, there are roundtable discussions being held, behind the scenes, the police, the motorcyclists,
Yeah.
they're trying to resolve this. But Trokon will come and we'll talk a lot about this whole motorcycle saga. With folks, those of you listening to us, there are lots of things we will talk about this morning. The actions of motorcyclists, burning vehicles whenever they get hit, and also the way the police treat motorcyclists, the way these truck drivers also treat motorcyclists, the actions of government, coming up with this, they are get off, and we will talk about that. So we have a lot to talk about this morning on the show. So yes, my guest is in already. Princess, you just want to shift in? Yes. Okay. Okay, so setting you up so that we can talk, and we're going to talk the talk. Be there, and it promises to be good. It promises to be good, like I said. But don't you go away. This is the Kear Morning Show here on Kear Radio, FM 95.9. My name is Jefferson. I have a guest presenter today, Princess Kamara, a strong member of the Kear network. I mean, the females, the lone female soldier we have. See, the one working in the field. The woman when me married.
And then it died.
When me married, and I got an experience when he came and said, "Oh, that princess, you see the girl, just man among the men."
Jeff, I was sharing that, I think the other time when we were at the LMP.
Yeah.
And I was like crying all over. You saw the video,
I
of
know.
my colleagues posted.
Everybody sitting on the floor, under the sun. You're sitting on the ground.
And I was like, I thought this thing was just something easy. Imagine for in the morning till 5 in the evening. Yeah. So it was not something easy.
I know.
But again, this is what we choose to do.
And that's the part that, I can enjoy the part when journalists are really, that's the time you really know that you're working.
And
when you feel it's difficult to get the
going
news.
live, the comments are coming. They don't know what's happening, behind the scene. It's so interesting.
I know.
Sometimes we tell you, say, get the camera closer.
Yeah.
And then we know that you hate it in one.
Look at the other journalists here.
But it's interesting anyway.
I know. And so that's what we got to do. So we will always do these things. We do them because the public, they depend on us, to get the news. But that was a statement. It was a wonderful thing I know. So our guest is here already. Trokon is a president also of one of the cyclists. I think one of the unions. But he will better tell us what is SUMTUL, what SUMTUL is all about, and so that we can all know. Be there. Don't you go away as we bring on our studio guest. Trokon, good morning and welcome to the show this morning. Your first time on the Kear Morning Show.
All right. Again, let me say good morning to the listening audience. Good morning to our hardworking motorcyclists out there. Good morning to our that have joined us in the struggle. And good morning to the CEO of the unique institution and its entire staff.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So it's nice having you. For the listening audience and those viewing us via Facebook and YouTube, you just care to tell us who Trokon is and your institution?
My name is Trokon Gray. I'm popularly called Yellow Machine. I am the president of Supreme Motorcycle Transport Union of Liberia. I am an architect by profession, even though I'm a motorcyclist. And the lead campaigner for cyclist rights in Liberia. Thank you so much.
Wow. You have, I mean, you are an architect. You do construction or you
I do design of
designs?
more
On motorcycle and what have you. Many people feel that you people who ride in motorbikes don't have skills.
well, up to them. And there are people there are people even who educated than me. It's not just me. There are people that have master. But I mean, you can't sit. They have family depending on you. I think motorcycle just established you to get your daily wear.
Mm.
I mean, these bags that some of us ride today. Uh, it started supporting us from high school to college. Today we are privileged to have career. I mean, we at one point I hate to be called layman. I think in my mind, whosoever that refer to lay as layman, they somehow define you as liability to society. And so I'm one person that always strive to at least be in among the this access to my country and not a liability.
Okay. Okay, Trokon, let's get the ball rolling. This there is this whole motorcycle, the saga, the police, the riders and everything. You know, let's begin first of all with the your union because I know there is a joint there is an umbrella of the entire motorcycle cycle unions. You have a mother body. You're in. I don't know what you situated in Pinsville. Your
Well,
institution.
well, our institution, we have our head office on Kear Street, but we are decentralized in 15 countries. But basically, our institution focuses on advocacy, providing opportunity for motorcyclists. For us, we are not interested in a regular business routine wherein you will have probably task forces of security, motorcycle security in the field collecting tickets and things. Our focus at SUMTUL, our institution, is focused on empowering motorcyclists because we believe that most of our friends, if I ride motorcycle today, the energy is available now. I mean, they can hold it back no matter your weight or how many persons you can be two that motorcycle can hold that motorcycle you and that two persons can climb on that body. The energy is there for now.
Okay.
In our mind, we believe that 10 years from now, 6 years from now, I mean in the future, what happens when that young man getting older, which to some extent means that his energy is going to drop. At times he may not even have that energy to ride our motorcycle anymore. So in our mind, the best way we can help our friends is to advocate for like vocational education. Because once you start riding back, you start making family. I mean, the decision to get back in uniform and go to grade school is sometimes difficult. So we believe that the best way that man can be impactful to society is to give him career. I think which will transform, will migrate him from being a regular motorcyclist to being useful. So that's why our institution is focused on.
Okay.
So it's not just about riding motorbike.
No.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I'm hearing this from you. It sounds so motivational because, like I said, many people feel that those who are riding bike, they don't have anything. Some don't have skills. They just take bike riding to be, career, to be something that they just want to do. But hearing these things coming from you, I mean, it sounds so interesting that motorcyclists are not just bike riders. So this but do you also have unions? Like I don't know. I don't know what you said. I didn't hear it. But do you also have guys in the street who collect tickets?
No, what we do, we have the federation, which is the national, which is NAFONTA.
Okay.
It is the only registered federation that comprises of 13 unions.
Okay.
We have 13 different unions operating separately.
Okay.
So we formed a federation that which run the day-to-day affair of
Okay.
the motorcycle, which basically the guys you see in a yellow t-shirt in the street, and they were regulating the movement of our people and make sure that their security is taken into consideration. So that federation, it was established 2001. We currently have a bill in the house. It passed the lower house because we too want to be legislated like reputable institutions like FLA, and LMA and other reputable institutions. So we too can start, so government can start looking in our direction. Because we believe that getting too many unions, most times don't serve the purpose of the establishment. Because we believe that motorcycle union should be there for the welfare of its members. But if you have too many unions in a country, at most times they are just focused on what they can get from the few and not the cyclist well-being. So in our mind, the best thing we have done was to organize one federation, and the federation today is called Nafonta, and it is doing pretty well. It is our hope that our bill passes the lower house. Let me say the upper house because you have passed the lower house already. It pass the upper house and go to the president office for signature. But we are doing pretty well.
Very well. Before I go to Princess, let's get to seriousness. That whole thing between the police, the cyclists. What is going on? What is actually going on?
So the police, I don't know, but I'm gonna say this, right? We have done our almost best to be a friend to the police. Sometimes we see these small literature on the flyers. Police your friend. The police is not your enemy. We see this literature, but then in application, they're doing something else. I'm like confused. And so we have done our best as motorcyclists. We have cooperated with the government. And in our mind, I don't think the government is willing to work with the young people. It all started from the inception of this government, and they never wanted motorcyclists to have access to the road. I can see they for a fact. And the first time they came out with the regulation, we spoke about it. We spoke to people that it was wrong. You can't just take over the country. The common things or the simple things that provide livelihood for people, and all you're thinking about, is to come down hard on them. So we took exception to that. But again, they was their plan. And so after several conversations, reaching out to international, our international partners, the media helping us to speak to the government. And so they listened. They were able to lift up the quote unquote ban on motorcyclists, but I think it's a ban in their mind. And they did not agree in totality. And that is the reason why when we advocated, and when the vice president get involved, we told him that we want to have access to the road. And the vice president said, okay. One, it will provide you guys livelihood. I think you guys are helping yourself. And so we were listening. You're going to do your hustle, right? So the vice president was able to, the president instructed the vice president, lift for the ban. It will surprise you to know that after that meeting on Thursday, Friday passed, Sunday, the police called for a peace soccer tournament, sending a message to the public that we and the motorcyclists and the police, we have started a new course. We have had a peace tournament that we were playing on that Sunday. And so, just to flip that part, to send a mail that we are willing to work with them. We didn't want to go to that tournament, but again, because this is Liberia, this is our country. And, in the absence of peace and harmony, and other fields. So we honor that tournament. At the end of that tournament, the police director instructed the deputy commissioner of operation Nelson Freeman. They came for a long list. Monday we're supposed to start riding our motorbike. Sunday they call off for tournament. The last game, saw the police passing around the football field. Monday before you come outside, you must get driver lesson, you must get helmet, you must get I mean, within less than 24-hour time, after the federal government had a press conference and said, yeah, we agree for the Sacklers to answer the rule, we'll give them 3 months to be able to get a helmet so they can be fully retired. Within less than 24 hours, the federal government that gave us 3 months came back again and said,
on Sunday, where you having a tournament?
Obviously, close. Why we playing peace tournament? The federal government came on and said, from Aten 1 to Aten 9 should be in full compliance before you access the room. How do you screen somebody like that? And some of us end up pointing our phones. Okay? People end up taking their TV. Because, I mean, we are not doing this thing because, I mean, we are so interested in putting money in government cover. No. Okay. Because this is what we depend on for our livelihood. And so, whatever it will cost us, I mean, when we will have access to the road, because our kids at home are not taking excuses. You go home, you got to get a recess. That child going to school the next day, not taking excuse for you. Okay? Our spouse, our wives at home are not taking excuses. For me, I can take excuse. I can go to my friend, we go exchange spoon, he buy rice, I mean, we go take 1 or 2 spoons. For us men, I mean, we can go on. What become of the kids at home? And so we went through real screening just to have access to the road and to avoid problem. When the police had that second press conference, contradicting themselves, our friend got engaged for the yellow machine. Where are we? I thought the government said they get 3 months again to ride. How can we call the post and arrest them? So the police even get the information.
Some of your colleagues.
Some of my colleagues. Okay? But guess what? The police were effectuating arrest on that money, even though they went here busy and said they get on TV bus. What more should we do? Somebody say motorcycles are violent. You better think, if motorcycles are violent, even going to honor that damn minute decision to say, even though we get your 3 months for everybody to get all of their documents. But guess what? Make sure you the motorbike man go open a government office and make sure all your things are correct before you come on the street. Is that not wicked, man? We let these things go. We spoke to our friends and said, let it be. When they say you should get a document, I know the government need money to run the country. Some of the very rules that we pass on, it is my hope that the different fees that the government is speaking about be used to, I mean, make the rule better, because most of us use the feeder rules. Okay, so it is not a bad thing. What makes it bad is we see as a deception. Okay, to come on one side and say like you're talking for 2,000 a month, and they'll get your 3 months operate, and then you get go and say you stole me, you come back again. No. Even though I get your 3 months, but in 4 hour time, get all the things correct. You're talking about around 300 USD. Remember, go play match and get and go register everything. We got all these things. We pawn our phones. We credit our money just to be in full compliance. And so, for us to say peace, we want peace. But I don't think the police is very willing to work with us. Chief, in other countries, do you know what the police do? Do you know what the security apparatus do? Because we motorcyclists, there are assets who have this. The asset will have the information. The security can never ever in any way, it can even be NS or whatever, you can never have these assets. Never. We interact with everybody, whether good or bad. We can't be on our motorcycle. Or if you stop being motorbike now, do I need to ask you whether you pastor, you imam, or whatever I carry you? No. And people will ride on your body having conversation. They're discussing that you the motorbike man, you get here. I mean, when they see that helmet on your head, people I ride motorbike, people sat behind me and discussing the last armed robbery scene. On my motorbike, I said different on my own motorbike. These are information we have access to. Some of the very hard quantity of drugs that has been arrested. You think how people getting intelligent? You think go be looking people there? Some of the information the security apparatus they get it through motorcyclists. So what is responsible government will do is to make sure and work in close collaboration with this sector. Because we have access to almost everybody. Chief, I give you 24 hours. I can get any government official 24 hours to know the house, where his family live, where his wife live, where his children live, his social area, his working place. I can give you 24 hours to get a full detail. I don't need to go call on radio. I just need to make call to 1 or 2 motorcyclists before the day end. That information reach to me. So I mean, you talking about motorcyclists, yeah? Can you have a motorcyclist? Is it very possible? There are places that you can't go when you buy your car, when you're going on your other activities. You motorbike, or you didn't motorbike, or you're using that different motorbike. You use the very motorbike. You get special bike. The very motorcycle, you can use it. So you think you can have a motorcycle? And so, in my mind, the government should do everything so we can work in harmony. Look, a hungry man is an angry man. We want to work with this government. It is our belief that when this government succeeds, one way or we to succeed. Whatever role that is being constructed, they won't be asking for whatever political party ID card you get before you ride on the road. It belongs to Liberia. And so, you can have a government that honor man our existence, and you say we should be celebrating it. We go to bed hungry and bitter. You are taking away our livelihood, and you think we're supposed to be praying for Liberia to prosper. You think we're supposed to be happy? Eh? When it is election time, you call all future generation or why? I'll let you mention that.
Your future leaders.
Future leader. You guys will take over the country. You see all of the different phantom messages. But guess what? How many politicians have you heard making statements on behalf of the very motorcycle that took them in the house?
I saw you with Yeke Koluba the last time when PROSA had their rally. I saw you guys and you were at the Capitol. And Yeke Koluba came to you and he talked to you people.
So Yeke has always been with the motorcyclists. He has always been in the interest of cyclists. He has always spoken. He's not like other lawmakers. We'll have a package for them. At this point,
you warning the lawmakers so early?
Yeah, wait. Well, let me talk. Those lawmakers who believe that we are dumb truck, he uses us sufficiently. The economies that go to it 4 years and then they dump us. We have a package for them. The same way they use us to the 4 years, that package is a full package.
You're gonna use them too.
We will not just use them, we'll use it.
So Lazubia to you.
Yes, Lazubia to you thing.
Princess, let's come and get to you.
Yeah, so I listened to him and he made his point, especially with this ban on the motorcyclists. And Jeff, we've been talking about these things, and he said that right after the peace tournament.
Yeah, on a Sunday.
There was this measure that just came out. So if the police is incorporating them to work together, I think there should be a memorandum of understanding. That is, the two parties should be willing to work, because if you listen keenly, we all follow the process. These cyclists were given due process to go after all of their belongings, their insurance, you name them. We saw instances where they were even being chased because they were not having those documents.
They bought fire extinguishers and all.
I don't think they bought.
Oh, so I think there's somebody bought fire extinguisher.
But they bought the helmet, and those bags were all in show. So it just come back to us, the taxi drivers. What happens? Because they are also in show, they got all of their documents. So if we do found out the motorcyclists for some of their action, though most times they are some of them are into these kind of unlawful actions or unlawful acts where they are into violence, violating police order. But then at this point, it's just too much. Looking at all of those documents they have obtained, they pay money. And you heard him, Jeff. Their family depend on them. Community rally can provide for anybody. So if police will come on, I think police action right now, let's speak to the truth.
Yeah.
Police action should be, if you let it enforce on those who do not have the helmet and insurance.
Yeah.
But not when you have all of these things, you pay your tax, government, you deposited money to government for revenue, you are also government is owing you. Government owe you.
So
Yeah. So I don't know.
President is trying to make a point. It
Yeah.
brings me to this question. So, Trokon, all of the requirements that you were asked to obtain, the helmets, your insurance, the jackets, inflated jackets, everything, register your bike. Those things you acquired, were they? All of those. It was for you to ride in Central Monrovia, or was there a particular point that when you obtain all of these things, these documents, you will ride at this point?
So, in the first place, the issue about us having access to the road is non-negotiable. It is not a privilege. I always say this. It is our constitutional right. Now, we pay tax because as responsible road users, the car owners, we too should be able to contribute to the developmental envelope of our country.
Of course.
And so paying taxes, it was not a bad thing. But for us riding on the road, we're supposed to have access to the road like any other road users. Okay? Somebody can take $1,000 go put their motorbike and you think they're going to use it at bicycle when even bicycle is like power on the main road. Okay? So we're supposed to have access to the road. So when the government attempted removing us from the road, that way we have the disagreement that no, you can't take us on the road. And so the government, like I said, they agreed for us to ride on the road, but there was their plan to violate our right, thereby deny us access to the road. You getting it? And so we agreed to pay, and the different fees because we just wanted to avoid confrontation with the police. Yeah. Oh, right. So to come back and say, oh, we'll not pay it, then that bar down to be carried in. Right? Because to have access to the road, you must be road after. So that was the government argument.
When you get your document, it means you will ride along the
any part of Labrador, excluding the executive mansion and the president compound.
Okay.
Right? So any other road user, you have the access, you have the right to ride everywhere. So like I said, we could not disagree to say, oh, we can register our bar. Because the government now, we're going to use the legal bar that says to have access to the road, you should be in full compliance. So we agree, even though it was strenuous, right? Even though we spoke the 5% said we get your 3 months, your upper rate. But allow me to tell the police, I don't say no. The thing 5% thought a different one. My own, I didn't want to get it. I didn't want to get my police men on the road. So the 5% by in office. For me, I didn't want you having access to that right. So until you comply with these 4 things, with these 9 different items, you don't have access to the road. And we are compelled to do it. So somebody can come to me and say, oh, motorcyclists have been violent. How many times? Since the government came to power, when last we heard motorcyclists going on the rampage to vandalize the property? This is the first instance. This is the first. And so their action, I said this for free. Our coding action was wrong. They have no right going around vandalizing people's property. But guess what? The sad part about it, our friend died. Our colleague died. And the government was not even able to mention that kid. Hey, man, we're talking about human life here. Are you equating human life to a police bull? Are you equating human life to a checkpoint? Those kids that have died, they could be your brother, they could be your kid. Look, I'm one person that loves my kid so much. Like any other person. If that kid that died the first day on Wednesday, if that kid was a relative to the police director, he probably would have been different. Oh, trust me, he probably would have been different. We saw a year, I think it was Edward Ford who promised to carry the government to court. I think I was doing Ebola or something on it.
For his daughter.
Yeah,
his daughter.
And that case was like very serious. But do you know how many cases that went through similar action?
Oh, yeah.
But guess what? Say at the time you were government official, you have to be taken serious. So you taking all down to be second class citizen. We're talking about human life here. And you say, no. You're not important. The police prove is more important than a human life. Our livelihood is less important. The money that we pay in government cover, do you know is where your pay are coming from? Or you use our money to buy bathroom to go and knock it on here? You use the taxes we pay. Eh? Are you using our own money against us? Is that not wickedness? We regret the action. And that's why we started a conversation with apologies on behalf of our friends. Even though we were hurt and we are still hurt with the death of our friends. It is complete wickedness. You kill somebody's child. Eh? We're supposed to be more angry than you because you kill one of our police. But guess what? We believe that government, we can't fight government, right? We believe that probably the president was angry, the government was angry with the manner and form in which our friend responded. And so we went apologizing, not because we are weak, or not because we don't know our right. We will tell because with the understanding that there's a need for peace and harmony, that there's a need for peace and harmony between we and the police, or among we and the security apparatus. But guess what? Is that they are taking our apology as weakness. Trust me, for us, today, God's willing. They're backing of the president and the entire government to see reason to live for the discriminatory restriction on motorcycle ends today. Today, God's willing will be having a meeting, a commission fee, a mild motorcyclist meeting. And that meeting, from that meeting, a decision will be made. In that decision, a decision of the people will be our decision. The decision of the motorcyclists going forward will be our decision. If the decision will be to take the government to court, of course, we will take the government to court.
You think the court is I mean, the government? Do you think they will rule in your favor?
The constitution made all to understand that we have three branches of government.
Yeah.
What anything, I got anything activities, and you know, but they are distinct. Okay, so if the government that's supposed to be there to interpret the law and provide justice for all, if you think the government will take President Baka's telephone call and say the monopole case, you are there increasing the security threat. Look, we say this. Banning motorcycling is not a good decision for the government. I'll be very honest with you. Do you know how many persons lost job? Check with the return of oil. Even the past regime, 3%, President, we are leaving power. Do you know how many persons migrated to the motorcycle sector? Do you know how many persons migrate to the motorcycle sector on a daily basis? Oh, so I mean, it's like somebody, it's like I know you putting fire on gas. They man loses his job, he buy a motorcycle because he has family depending on him. And they say no. Even though there's the only option that you have. But guess what? Go in a community, go sit down on a winner bowl, go sit down on a gamble bowl. That place will be better for you. Sit down there, they will get a job for you. The government can provide, the government can provide job for everybody. Not even the US government can provide job for all of its citizens. So if we are entrepreneurs trying to provide our own opportunities, most especially the group of people that is attracted to this sector is the young people. You call them future leaders, but you want them to be Zogos. That's what you are telling them. Okay? So to see a group of young people who say, okay, you know what I mean? Everybody can be in government. Everybody go accident mental. Everybody go to these few concession areas. But guess what? We'll buy all the motor bar. I think they want if I get 1,000 now. Even if you get bar, so Sunday will manage for the Sunday, we will put two boys aside, we'll issue 2 or we will eat driver. Just to manage. Things are tough. Things are very, very tough.
Things are tough.
And that's why I have noted that most of the government officials, you don't see them coming out in the night right after the wedding goes home. Because they too are careful of their own security. So to promote motorcyclists, because of few of their police action, they say, y'all go sit down. You'll not go on the road. Even though you put more than 70 million in government cover. To the very police, to the very government. The RA boss confirmed that through the motorcycle registration enforcement and their compliance, For the first time in the history of Liberia, the government ought to pass a threshold of revenue being generated. It was confirmed by Sarita, the transport minister. We have done too much. The first thing we met with the police, I say, Chief, this is not timely. Let's say that have a conversation. The restriction on all to say you want to see all say it come for your mother, you want our safety. That have a conversation. Can we invite the bad dealers? Eh?
Yeah.
Can we invite the transport ministry? Can we all sit on the table for the bad dealers for us to have a national conference? Wherein those bad dealers, wherever the bar comes, when you go to purchase a bar, you get a package with a full package. You don't have the helmet, the reflector, and all of that.
Okay.
You have the very number I place on the lesson plate, place on the jacket. Issue to that lesson plate. Okay? We are seeing Kear, we are where Sierra Leone. So if you claim that you want our safety and you want the center to be united, why is the rush? Why are you rushing? There are people between to the usage of the road. You claim that we want to take for the road. That was the first argument. We are taking your guys from the road because you all know the traffic law. You can get power when really okay. So the way you finish correcting it, you send the lesson plate to other that be about market. We go to transport ministry, you say for the 5 years, we pay. Even though we ride motorbike, but you sell car lesson lesson to us, we purchase it because we want also. They will not buy the jar lesson now.
So the lesson you're using is as compared, the price is as the same as
I said for the 5 years, let's transport book on
motorcycle.
I said motorcycle.
Wow.
I said we pay up to $300 US. Just for insurance, $150 US insurance. So we screen ourselves to get the money. We pay it. Or you think we pay for people to be riding flashy cars? Or you think so I don't want for the government to make us to believe that they are running a full one now scheme. You collect our money. Then any other road users. Right? Which you have the right to collect a lawful revenue. But the revenue that we pay, we won't pay to pay our money burden to our houses. We pay with the intention of getting our livelihood. And so because of few people action, you ban the entire sector. Because you guys are lawless. They can't listen to people. They rule. Hey man. If that's a new way, or exercising the constitution or doing or whatever you want to effect the way, whatever regulation you have on the book. If that is a new law in the constitution that when one or few group of people, or even a 0 or even 2% for a group of people that have over 200,000 people, even a 10% live from them, and probably commit crime, the entire sector should suffer. Then of course the police should be dissolved out of the town. The police should be dissolved.
Why?
What the police did, they kill somebody, I gotta pay Broadville. Government bomb that is purchased by taxpayer money. The police use it to kill innocent person. So should we say the entire police force should be dissolved? Do you know the contribution of motorcycle to your economy? What are your economy telling you, Mr. President? What are they telling you? Are they saying every money is a person you working? Are they telling you every money person you strong? Are they telling you about the impact, the economic impact of denying success to the main road? Are they telling you these things? Are they telling you denying us access to the road? They will not be getting paid? Come in the street. Go to favorite entertainment center, go to business places. It's almost an entire cinema has been cut off. People are missing classes. Students can't go to class on time. People are missing classes. Go to Broad and Johnson. Up to this hour, people are working from 5 times. Yeah. What kind of untold suffering is this? Our families.
Untold suffering.
Yeah? Our family at home. I'm not being able to be taken care of. Oh, you want me to be laughed in my community? When just yesterday I was going home for plastic and my kids were running to me. Today is the 7th day since you took my food from my table. You want me to be back up? You want my going home so my kids get run to me anymore? Are you thinking about some of our friends that were involved with criminal activity that are seeing the motorcycle sector as a perfect opportunity for the land to be transformed. Are you thinking about that? Or are you just thinking about exercising power? Let's think about the security implication of this decision. We are not saying that everything is okay. No. We have issues. We have some of our friends that sometimes take the law in their hand. And that's why we frown on them.
And that's where I was coming, because the police made mention of that some of you guys, some of the backriders are the way they ride recklessly. There's no law and order. They just get in the street, and then sometimes they just scrape your car, and passing amongst cars and what have you. The police are concerned about these things. That's why I see they are doing some of these things, because they notice that even though they give you access to the road, but you take advantage of the entire little, maybe I would say little access they gave, because that's a little access. You just can ride here. So you take advantage of that, and then sometimes some of these bag riders, they use these motorbikes to carry on some burglary, some harassment, and other things. So all of these things, the police are trying that they are saying they're putting this into place, so that I don't know, but where do you stand when the police say some of your guys are into this and what have you?
Look, the government is under obligation to provide the necessary security for its citizens. The government is trained, most especially the security sector. They are trained to go after the perpetrators. They are trained to go after who commit crime. So you can shift your blame on me. I'm not a security expert. I'm not. We are around motorbike, we are not security people. So somebody commit crime, assuming what I'm admitting that even the people that probably went to the different checkpoint, they broke the police book. Are you not under obligation as trained security experts to go after those that commit crime? So you just bono all of us and just general that every one of us that riding motorcycle. We just bono over 200,000 people. We are the one that went at the different points that the police listed, and went and destroy the company property. That is unacceptable. That is wrong. So if whosoever that commit crime, then the government go after them. Then start shifting blame. Start acting there. The people talking about all hooligans. Because they shall believe. You believe that we are around motorbike, we are all crazy people. So somebody go commit a crime. Instead of you going after them, you coming for us? You want to know all of us, all of you responsible? I'll get all out there. I mean, I know poor to have PhD, but I know how all of them work. When few people will commit crime, and you say, no. We wasting our time. We'll not go after the people that commit a crime. We'll just buy everybody in one cartoon. Amen. Even at home, when Jumbo commit crime, I grab Jumbo and deal with him. I get grab Jumbo, a man, and the other children and say, because you're saying Jumbo commit crime, so you're making all of you. How long you work now, Chief?
I'm going to Princess Council. Let me ask you this question. The actions of some of you guys, motorcyclists, wherein there is this unfortunate incident of, let's say an accident. Maybe a vehicle hits one of your guys, and then in the process, he died, unfortunately, and then all of them, group of guys riding motorcycles will just come, maybe either set ablaze the vehicle or chase after the driver, maybe beat the driver or so, or what have you. What can you also say? Though you're blasting at the police, but your guys, some of them, their actions, what can you say? Burning of vehicles and properties.
Chief, I am one person. My name is Yellow Machine. That is my nickname. I don't believe in violence. Because there are two ways. You either be victim or you be the victim. And at most time, we are always the victim. Most of we the motorcyclists. So I always encourage my friends to always do away with violence. And that's why we started with condemning our friends who went around destroying government property. It was wrong. It was very wrong. Right? But there's a sector of over 200,000 young people that see the motorcycle riding as a means of survival. If I sit here and tell you that all the other right back are all saints or pastors and imams are all good people, I'll not be fair to myself. There are bad people among us. There are good people among us, sufficient good people among us. You're talking about over 200,000 people. Just 10% of us, it will choose to get involved with criminal activity. You will not bring cell phone in the street. You will not bring cell phone.
I'm aware of that.
So for somebody to get genuine last, as the best speculator, that all about are all criminal, all hooligans. I said 10%. You're talking about over 200,000 human beings. A 10% are all choose to just be part of our own motorbike. With policy in our hand, looking for a phone to take and carry on criminal.
Which I remain home.
You're not carrying the street. So that whole narrative about motorcycle being violent, the government, most of the security and private are on obligation to go after who can make crime. You can't shift your responsibility on us. You can't, everybody say 10 or 15 men buy motorbike, go, I go and 20 police pool, break the car, and buy 35,000 US. Oh, you want to buy the police pool? Say that collective guilt now. Go after the perpetrator. Go after that's why you are trained as a security expert. Go after who commit crime. What are you shifting your own responsibility on us?
No, I'm asking. What do you have to say? The guys who burn these trucks or vehicles, whenever one of your colleagues get hate, one of them gets hate.
So for those guys that sometimes get angry and take the law in their hands, that's why we are calling for a collaborative effort of the government. Because we too are on an obligation that we are the bad apples from the mall ourselves.
Fair enough.
So we can only achieve this with the collaboration of the government. And I don't have the authority to arrest any motorcyclists, whether it's for crime or what. I don't have that. But if we are collaborating with the government, like I said, we are serious group of informers. We help the government to succeed. Trust me, these guys can be identified. We have done this before. And we believe it can be again, we can stay the way again. We have done this before. And so all we are asking the government to open their arms to us, respect our right, that we have respected them as authority. That's why we ask our people to stay on the road for now and appeal to the government to see reason to live out the discriminatory restriction on our people. That's why we are very respectful. But it's like the government is not willing. Okay. And so I don't know.
And so have there been efforts made probably, getting to government and putting forth your plea, like what you doing? Have there been any efforts?
There have been numerous
apart from your press conference and other things we've been following, one-on-one conversation.
Sadly, the police authority have denied access.
Deny you people.
Certainly.
Authorities from the motorcyclist end.
Of course.
Wow.
They have denied access. The deputy police director, I mentioned his name because he's one person that knows me personally. He have a number. He is one big brother that I know. Like I said, I call him on numerous occasions and refused to answer my call. Reaching best known to himself. And even the RG, who I myself have more than 10 different meetings. We have a number. We are communicated back and back.
You've had meetings with the IG
so many times.
Okay.
The government started with no go Zuma. So
what has been
all those.
So I say in the past, but since there's a delegate restriction, they refuse to answer the call.
Okay.
I've been at the police station 1 or 2.
Of recent?
Yes.
Okay.
You talking about people living here, talking about people lively who I was going to be saying that and be clapping for you. I should go to you and say, when I know the mountain, I can be go to the mountain. Right?
Yeah, you walk
so
to the mountain.
I walk to the mountain.
Yeah,
the mountain, black and say, no, you're not entering. We're talking about people survival here. They is there showing power. I don't see that yellow machine, man. You think it is about, you think I can't beg you for job or I can't beg you for favor? We are talking about people lively who here. You're talking about over 200,000 young people that you are making better in one ground on a daily basis. And I can't tell you, say, no, I won't talk to you. That's my hobby, Chief, Today the 7th day now. You have not telephone yet? Oh, you have not telephone?
The meeting today that is expected, what do you expect? I mean, after you have gone for that meeting,
Yeah.
what do you expect?
So, our decision today, it is not just about me as Yellow Machine.
Yeah, I'm talking about the motorcycle in general.
Today will be soliciting suggestions. We are going to be voting on that decision. Going forward.
Motorcyclists?
Yes. And we will be putting over 5,000 motorcyclists today at Foka Mission Field. And so, the first meeting we invited the police.
Where is Foka Mission?
Pinsville.
Okay, we hope
the
to send a
first meeting
report
we
out there.
invited the police, but the other meeting we don't call them. So when they call them, they mean
The meeting you're having, are you inviting journalists?
Of course.
Okay.
The president is invited.
We will send our report.
The president is invited. For this meeting, we are not calling the police. We take it ourselves.
So the last meeting, did the police come?
No, they didn't come. So we will see.
You invited them, they did not come.
They
They didn't come.
Okay.
So this meeting, we call them. When we call them, they should not be there because we call them there.
Maybe that is time.
Why if they come?
No. I said we didn't call the police to our meeting.
So why if
They
they
should
come?
not come there.
Why if they come?
No, they will not come. I told not call you to the place you come there. We say we get meeting. The first meeting call you can say okay, thank you.
In probably they were into other
So what?
Yeah, they were into other stuff. We agree.
So what are you?
Remain the other stuff.
What
They
are
should not come to our meeting.
The purpose of the meeting, you're going to vote, say vote what?
So, like I said, today's meeting is intended for us to have a final conversation going forward as to our next actions. We took like 7 days, begging the president and the government in totality to see which to reconsider the decision, taking into consideration our contribution, thinking about some of the positive things. They should not just think about the negative things that some of our friends do. We are self-consistent, like there's nothing started that some of our friends did were wrong by taking the law in their hand by going around breaking into government properties, they were wrong. I think we are bad enough. Okay. So today, like we have agreed generally as motorcyclists, in consultation with we who are the leaders, that this is not going to be squarely on the leader. The motorcyclists are going to make that decision. And so, whatever they are going to come away, will be taking suggestion and the view and the decision of the motorcyclists will be taken into serious consideration going forward. And that decision will be our decision. If
your decision,
because we are going to be voting now. We are going to be voting. And there, yellow machine say no. They done the yellow machine say things we can do whatever today. Yes, they respect me, but I'm working for them, and now you're not
exactly.
So that decision, if the decision will be protest, that will be our because we are going to be voting on it. If the decision will be to
continue to advocate,
to beg, that we are begging as if we are ignorant to our own right, we'll continue to beg. If the decision will be to take the government to court, of course, we are not going to renege on it.
Or to just remain home.
Or to just
accept government behind
remain hungry while our friends are languishing beyond back and over 700 bags have been arrested. If that would be their decision, of course, what am I to say no? If they cheat, I could say that one already now. We'll get away looking. What am I to can't say no, don't go no. We'll get to that.
Yeah, so Jeff, before you take your course, this issue with the cyclists, right? It's not a strange thing in Liberia, where we have always had motorcyclists always in violation. So what has government done? Past government, they dare to complain, and we are now, within the Joseph Boakai's administration. What new? It's just the same old thing. So I think government should be creating means of solving these issues, because there will always be bad apples. Obviously, there will always be people who will not want to follow the good character of other people. And imagine the number of those who are riding motorbikes. Everybody there will not be perfect. So is it because of few people? This is something very serious, because every one of us, we are affected citizens. There are areas right now we are walking. I told you how I walked this morning. You saw me reddish, sweaty and things. So motorcyclists over the time have been very useful Yet still there are others.
capacities.
Yet still there are others who use that opportunity to go on other deeds and things. We complain. Of course, we complain about jacking foam, and later on we saw some of them with the helmet, and we even joke, say, with that helmet on your head, we're going to see how you're going to take people's phone. And I think you already wanted to work with them. They went and did all the needful to ensure that they have access to the road where they will ride freely. So looking at that action from just few people and coming down on a whole group, I think government need to revisit and do something different. That will help and bring them back with all of those people. Because for today we never know what will be the next action. We never know.
Okay, Princess Camara there with analysis. We're about to go to the lines. Those of you who have been following us on Facebook and also YouTube, and those of you listening via your receiver, the radio, the numbers are 0770-573-477, 0770-573-477, 0881 871-670, 0881-871-670 are the numbers you can use to be a part of the conversation. This first caller right here. Good morning. Good morning. Your name, where you call from? Let's hear you, Francis.
And I want to say good morning to your video guest, Trokon, Great. Wow, make the case for the motorcycle. And I want to share our voice for the voice of Great, because this issue is not a new issue in Nigeria. And I think the government needs to listen to their call and allow our brothers who they have admitted that among them there are bad apples in every sector. You can agree with me that there are bad people everywhere. But then you cannot generalize the action of others to a sector that have more than 200,000 persons. And I've experienced to the government, there's the government has made the best, there's the government has came to get the crowd of the people. If the last thing if they are job creation, if they are means for people to survive, I don't think people will find pleasure in being motorcycles for the rest of their life. I think the government needs to work on that. They can call the stakeholders, they can call the riders. If they will switch the government to overnight workshop everything more, I think it will be necessary to guide the rider and for the road sign, the traffic, the road in the traffic. But I think by just getting rid of them on the street, that's another problem on the people to create or to public people. So I'm appealing to His Excellency President Joseph Imam Buaka, the past president, His Excellency Jeremiah Power, who is the Speaker of the House, and all government officials to see to all the police, to order for this issue to be resolved and to go back and find their livelihood. Thank you very much, this moment, and thank you for having me on your show.
Okay, thank you so much. 0770-573-477, 0770-573-477, 0881-871-670. Our second set of guests are already here. We'll take a few calls on this. Let's go back to the line and get this person right here. Good morning. Good morning, Janima. Where you call from? Let's hear you. Thank you, ma'am. This person right here. Good morning. Oh, sorry. Let me get you right here. Good morning. Leave the line, please. Oh, somebody is holding this line. Leave the line 077. Leave the lines for others to call, please. When you finish, you hang up 07705734770, 07705734770, 881-871-670. Trokon Gray, the president of SUMTUL, is our first guest, and he has lamented. Let me get you right here. This person, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, I don't know what's happening to you. Good morning, you live. I don't know. Well, we've gone 30 minutes into our second time. Trokon?
Yeah.
Yes, you made some significant points. The comments coming from the screen, is saying that indeed their brother is very, brilliant. And he also went on to, they're in fact, saying that the police RG should lift up this ban, or he should just consider himself to be impeached or removed from the post. But let me take this person. Let me squeeze you in right here. Good morning. Yes, good morning. Okay, let's hear you. Okay, thank you so much. Well, I don't know. You say chairman saying no more. We're on a radio, so Trokon.
Yeah.
Yes. So you want to speak out?
So again, let me say thank you to the CEO, the entire team of Kear Radio. I think this is one of my real modern studio.
Thank you.
Anyway, this is not my first time here. Anyway.
Yeah.
So,
but the last time you came, it wasn't like that though.
Yeah, I've listened to it. Anyway.
Yeah, everything changed.
Things are changing. But again, I want to say thank you. I think Library are doing pretty well when it comes to our media infrastructure. I must admit. But again, to the callers, I want to say thank you so much. Thank you for the commendation. I was listening to somebody that would disagree because the ban on motorcyclists is not just.
It looks like Sekou Fofana. Sekou Fofana wants to weigh in. Sekou. Yeah, Sekou, morning. Yes, you're live. Mama, you're late. Yeah, let's go.
Mama, quick, don't turn away.
Oh, you supporting the police people? Mama, no, you gotta take that. No,
take that one away. What do you mean they are rude?
You gotta take it back. It can be no, not all of them.
Say some of them. No, say some, man.
Yeah, Sekou, not everybody now.
I mean, you can't burn the entire team.
Okay. Thank you.
Mama Sekou now. So that all the motorcyclists check a new phone.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Sekou. Thank you, Sekou. Thank you. Thank you. Sekou, they made us spend money. Sekou, the other folk they people spend money to get that thing. I think we'll talk about this. Yes, let me hear you quickly. You got 30 seconds. Let me squeeze the guy. 30 seconds. Yes. Good morning. Let's hear you, Moses, quickly. Yes, you're live on Kear Radio.
trying to pass all the process of progressive to getting a speed, and then because of skills psychology, now you cannot tell all of the psychology of stupid. It's not right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because it's not right, because you can't continue to be in psychology. They shouldn't start level to attend a government to psychology. No, that's because if they any creditors, there was actual fullness in some way.
Thank you. All right. You're the last person. The last person. Let's hear you quickly. Your life. Let's hear you. From Trokon, let's hear you. Yeah. Well, you say your question again. Come again.
If it was 2 to 3 years.
Okay. Thank you so much. You asked a very significant question.
Yeah.
If this action, if there are 2-3 months to elections, were they going to effectuate or put a ban on motorcycles? Let's just wrap up in 2 minutes.
Yeah, so again, I want to say thank you. Everyone feeling it. For too long, politicians are found a way out of this kind of deceptive mood. So right now, I think people are smarter than what they think. And so for us, we are appealing to the government to listen. But like I said, today we are going to be having our final meeting moving forward. And the decision of our gathering today, this is a convention, wherein whatever decision we come up with is going to be our final decision. To the government, it is our prayer that you succeed. And so, you can't honor man our livelihood and you think we're supposed to be praying for you to succeed. Okay. I think in that prayer you should pray so we can continue praying so you can succeed. Don't honor man this prayer. This prayer is intended for your good. Okay? So please see reaching out what people get their livelihood. Please, we are on our knees begging. But today meeting, like I said, we are not inviting police. Today meeting, a proclamation fee. For some of you that have been put on live by the police, come there. We are going to mobilize our resources to take care of your medical bills. We are going to consult our legal team and we are going to pursue them to its fullest. To those of the bereaved family, we understand that 3 motorcyclists have been killed. And so, we are in contact with at least 2 persons. Today we'll be visiting the bereaved families. If any of you have contact with the other guy, please make sure and come at the meeting today because we'll be doing official visit to them today. And please come over there with a good behavior. Come over there with your best suggestion that will help to move this sector forward. To the government, we are again appealing. Again, we are appealing. We are appealing not because we are weak. We are appealing because we want peace and harmony in this country. You can't continue to support one group of people and you think we're supposed to be sitting and be clapping. This is unfair. You can't bundle every one of us and just pour in one basket and consider every one of us as idiots, hooligans, and robbers. No, it is wrong. Whosoever that commit crime, go after them. We are not supporting our friend's action. Yes, they were angry because the man informed me which according died. But two wrongs cannot make a right. And so we frown on our friends, but the government has no obligation to go after who commit crime. And so we are asking them, let them respect our right. To ride on the road is not a privilege, it is our right. And so we are appealing. The government should see reason to lift up that discriminatory restriction on our people. We can take what 300 years the rest of one all writing motor back. Just because we want to survive. Just because of few people action, you just bundle all and throw all away. After paying our taxes, are you taking into consideration the economic impact it will have on this country? Do you know how many persons are going out of business? Do you dare the 7th day our family are going to bed hungry? Please, this is unfair. Please see region and labor day restriction. This is suffering us too much. Thank you so much again. My name is Trokon Gray. I'm popularly called Yellow Machine. I am the president of Supreme Motorcycle Transport Union of Liberia. And today our meeting is very key. The press is invited. Pay journalists. Don't come there and do anything funny. Today is not the regular day.
Please do not.
We are going over there. Okay.
You gotta
Sorry.
take it back.
Sorry, I take it back.
Yeah.
Please come to our meeting as a journalist. There's a professional career. Don't come over there as a routine journalist. If you come out there, for us, we'll be very clear to the message and to who be we did it. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Trokon Gray is the president of the Supreme Motorcycle Union of Liberia. And of course, we've been here talking. Our second guest is already here, and we will bring him also. We also will bring him in. Yeah, they two. Are they two? I don't know. But let's. Yes, but before our guest, can let me read out these comments. It says, I think we need to speak to the UN. Princess, to the UN world body to free former President Charles G. Taylor immediately from the Hague because he is right leader for Liberia. Liberia 1847 online television is saying this. The country. But
too many things.
Obviously, too many things will continue to happen until we're all striving to make this country better places.
Yeah.
That's all we do. Everything is all we do in this country is just in the interest of Liberia.
Mm.
If we cannot do the right thing, I don't know. Yes. So our second studio guest is right here. They are here from the University of Liberia. From Liberia. They okay. All right. So they're getting set. See there, folks. This is the Kear Morning Show, the premier breakfast show here on Kear Radio 95.9. I'm always here, Jefferson, Weah. Always here making sure that breakfast is served. They should have been here at 9 o'clock, but then we had, I think, I don't know whether they do got affected by the motorcycles. But let me bring my guys on so that we can, kick the ball rolling. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Kear Morning Show. Welcome to Kear Radio. You want to speak to the mic? Yeah. Okay.
So basically, at this critical juncture, let us extend our thanks and appreciation to the Kear family for taking the bold steps, inviting the Student Unification Party to give her own perspective as relate to the multiplicity of issues that are migrating via at the levels of the corridors of the University of Liberia. So we want to tell you thank you for giving us this all-important invitation.
Okay. You want to introduce yourself?
So basically, by way of introductions, and Comrade Aguilar, Comrade Revolutionary Species in Timothy Johnson Quad Jr., commonly known as Comrade Moja, at levels of the Student Unification Party. And moving forward, I'm the co-chair for Inter-High School at the levels of the Student Unification Party, which starts with the responsibility to cross over young breed who are decisively decided to be part and parcel of the Student Unification Party after they shall have transitioned from the high school level down into the macrocosms of the larger society.
Okay.
So that is a responsibility that I've been taxed onto me as a co-chair and the bureau in general.
I don't know whether I should say sow. You know, on the camera, I see if you talk, it says sow.
So In extension, I would like to extend or convey our revolutionary, factangular, superfluous greetings from the man who preside over the triangular section, that is, the Polo Bureau, and concomitantly the Annual General Congress of the Indomitable Revolutionary Vanguard Student Unification Party. In comrade leader, in comrade teacher, our law mentor and teacher, in chairman, the Baba Watava, the Sheikh Alif, the Oliver Tambo, in chairman, Sylvester Kalu Sylvester Widow, the mayor who preside over the triangular sessions of the Indomitable Revolutionary Vanguard Student Unification Party. As far as we're concerned, he is the most powerful man in the Republic of Liberia and the continents at large.
The most powerful man in Liberia?
In Liberia.
Now on UL campus.
He is the most powerful man.
Okay.
You cannot take that away. He is the most powerful man on the campuses of the University of Liberia.
Now you're talking.
In the Republic of Liberia,
so what about the president?
He is the most powerful man.
What about the president?
As far as we're concerned, there is a man who presides over three strategies and real revolutionary driven bureau.
If the man is the most powerful, what about President Walker? Who is President Walker?
He only execute a specific area.
Okay.
That is the executive mansion. So for this character, this revolutionary species, the Gangantua intellectual, we're speaking in question of how the soul's ability to preside over the Central Committee, the Polo Bureau, and now the Annual General Congress of the irreversible, the insurmountable Revolutionary Vanguard Student Unification Party.
Okay, fair enough.
So it is from that backdrop, we say he is the most powerful man in the Republic of Liberia and on all of the campuses of the University of Liberia. You cannot take that away.
Okay, let's cross over to the gentleman there. Welcome. Good morning. You want to speak? Yeah, you want to adjust to the mic? You could just come closer so that the audience can hear you. Okay, fair enough.
Greetings to you, progressive journalist Jefferson. It is an honor and gratitude to be here at this time to have some significant and genuine interaction that has to do with the transformation of over 25,000 students of the University of Liberia. By virtue of acquaintance, I am Theophilus Kear, junior student at the University of Liberia, specifically major in political science with emphasis in economics. Let me use this time also to send a revolutionary greetings to the man who presides over the tripartite section, the triangular section, and the joint section of the Revolutionary Vanguard Student Unification Party. So, in Comrade Lilo, Comrade Allah, Comrade Chicha, Sylvester S. Kaludo, the Papa Watava, the Sheikh Alif, the Field Marshal, the Alatola, elect, the trailblazer of our generation. It is an honor to have some significant and genuine interaction with you.
Okay. All right. We're talking education, we're talking student politics. What is going on in recent time? Before I get to that, I understand prior to the taking over of the new president, Dr. Mapaya, there has been some calm, I want to believe, at the university. I don't know whether I'm getting it wrong, but Soup welcomed her, her coming. So prior, I'm coming prior to, her taking over. There have been too many things going on. UL sometimes are closed for days or for weeks or for months. Now you have a new president. You had a former president, interim leader, who was there, Dr. Conte. He was there, and there was some Rick Monroe's. But now you have a president. What is going on under this new president?
So thank you for that brilliant question. But before responding to the question, I would like to deal with issues of Soup welcoming Dr. Mapaya.
Okay.
Soup welcoming Dr. Mapaya at the level or on the campuses of the University of Liberia does not in any way stop the Vanguard Student Unification Party erecting all necessary checkpoints to fish out all of the contradictions. We welcome her, and there's a time interval that you need to work in a cycle. So welcoming her is another invitation. But moving fast forward, looking at the multiplicities of challenges on the campuses of the University of Liberia, You spoke of the interim, let's say, leadership under Dr. Asan content, right? All right. Taking into consideration that the Asan content was given a task within a specified period of 3 months' time to draft the 104th graduating class ceremony. All right, and the task was completed. And there was a structure that was set up to bring in new breed of leadership that would regulate the affairs of the university. Only to the fact, when they did all of the session teams in, she was factor as the formidable among all of the people that were shortlisted. There were 20 some more plus were shortlisted. 3 came in the picture, and at the end of the 3, she was factor as the most qualified individual to spearhead the affairs of the university. Now, you are being given the task to execute. You should execute to the core. Anything on opposite dimensions that is of negative effect to the existence of the over 25,000 student populace. Expect that as students, as campus-based political revolutionary institutions in the Vanguard Student Unification Party, it is our matrimonial responsibility to sharpen all of the unnecessary contradictions. And of all of the contradictions we have observed over the period of time, honor Dr. McMahon. They have given admission letter to students, but yet they still, students are not accessible to the platforms in the process of planning their courses, and they are put a standstill to the R-button.
Which platform are you talking about?
I'm talking about the R-button. The R-button that enable you to be accessible to the e-portal. So everything has been put on a standstill. So while it launches within it, you will give me admission letter. But yet instead, you are not making me to be accessible to the platform that will enable me to do the processes in terms of doing my pre-planning, planning the courses, and being cognizant of the fact that are due to be in certain sections. Okay. So the part of things still to the activations of the R button. The R button is not active. So our argument over the period of time as revolutionary sons and daughters of the Vanguard Student Unification Party, we deem it necessary that the administrations of the university should reactivate the activeness of the R button. That is one of our arguments. In furtherance, we told them that there should be a creation of additional sections because you have by then about 22,000 students populated on the 4 campuses of the University of Liberia. And now based on the increasement, it has increased. The influx of students are intensified to a certain level. So now we have roughly about 25,000 students populated. Looking at the number back then and taking into consideration the current influx of students in terms of the ballooning of the students coming at the levels of the University of Liberia, it tells you that the university had to create multiplicity of sections. So our next argument was, you have 800 sections. Why don't you increase the sections that will enable other people? But now, let truth be told. Amika Cabral told us, we should tell no lies and claim no easy victory. Let truth be told. You cannot tell other you have 800 sections, and at the end of the day, students, they are masquerading here and there. People, they are even fighting on armchairs. The insufficiencies of armchairs is another situation. If you check on the building forms, you will get to know that students pay for their identification cards. But within a 21 hour, students are not accessible to their identification card. There are some students who their status have been regularized, but then they were freshmen. But now, if you happen to carry on your sufficient investigation, your forensic investigation to authenticate, you get to understand that those students, their status have not been regularized when it comes to the identification card to indicate that they are freshmen, sophomore, senior, and so forth. So our argument, students are paying for their identification card. It is the responsibility of the administration to create an enabling environment in terms of all of the unnecessary material. So our argument, they should increase the section. SUP as an institution that were founded on social justice, academic freedom, and peace. Humility is noted of disappearing and subsequently reappearing. But nowadays, at the levels of the University of Liberia, you will see students disappearing from their various sections. It's a contradiction in the service to the over 25,000 students populace. There's the reason why yesterday, when our high-profile leaders, argued laws on the circle of the Polo Bureau, members of the Central Committee, they went into their tete-a-tete meeting and they came up with an ultimatum, 48 hours ultimatum. We are very clear. We are very clear. So as an institution, we are tasked with the responsibility to channel the courage of the beta ball setter, sons and daughters, the motorcyclists, the keke driver, the marketeers, and so forth. So in an attempt for the establishment of these institutions, at no point in time, the institution are put in the beholds of the reactionary. And that which we not do.
Have you before going into your tete-a-tete meetings, have there been engagement with the students community and the administration? Have there been negotiations?
Oh yeah, the very first thing, SUMTUL as a campus-based political revolutionary driven institutions. You know, there are other people who will use the negative implications to paint these institutions negatively on certain level. But how be it? So we believe in diplomacy. And there's a reason why, if you look at the structures of the party have people who are tasked with the responsibility when it comes to making negotiations that would be opposite in existence via at the levels of the University of Liberia, of the campuses of the University of Liberia, and getting into the larger society. You get it? So we did our engagement. We used the diplomatic forms, wherein there were communications, well documented, found to the administrations. CC Capital, I can call it the students affair. We sent documentations. We even went as far as having conversation with Dr. Mapaya. But yet instead, with all of the conversations that have been here between the administrations and Dollar, the militant is well satisfied khaki wearing militants of the Vanguard Party. They have been predicated on the refusals of Dr. Mapaya, who have been tasked with the responsibility to execute in the interest of the downtrolling masses of the University of Liberia.
Okay.
But what we see, she is masquerading in arrogance and stupidity.
No, you got to refrain from that. This is a radio. On the radio, you have to apologize. No, you have to apologize. No, you have to apologize. You have to apologize.
All right. No,
you have to apologize. You're on the radio. You have to apologize.
No,
you have to apologize.
Listen now.
You will have to apologize. No, before you go forward, you have to apologize.
Just wait.
No, apologize first for using the word.
All right.
Yeah, you have to apologize.
No, we need a gabo in the process.
Yeah, so let's apologize first. Before we go forward.
No, then give me the space.
That's for the sake of it. I keep it now.
No,
all right. So I come in now. We need a gabo. In the process of gaboing, we will not understand each other.
So apologize.
In a nutshell, the elections.
Will you apologize?
The record choice of what?
No, you will have to apologize. You will have to apologize. You will have to apologize for that word. You have to apologize. You have to apologize. You will have to apologize. I'm saying, I'll cut you off and go. Seriously, you have to apologize. You will have to apologize. No, I don't need clarity. I want you to apologize. You have to apologize. Yes, you have to apologize. I didn't hear that.
Apologies for the sake of the day school.
So,
intolerance. We want to be very, very.
And even for the checkpoint, going forward, you will be very mindful of your choice of words. Thank you.
No, you cannot.
No, you have to be mindful of choice of words.
So
you agree with me? No,
I'm not
going forward. I'm not subjecting you. I'm telling you that you have to be mindful. No, you have to be mindful of your choice of words.
No, you cannot decide.
I should decide certain words will not be used on the radio.
One masquerading.
No.
When she masquerading arrogance.
You have to agree that
when she masquerading,
going forward, certain words will not be used on the radio.
It's not about agreement.
It is about agreement.
All right. Let us water down. Let us draw curtains down.
So going forward, I'm putting a checkpoint. Certain words will not be used on the radio. like the one you used.
Oh,
And
well,
I told you to
It is just
apologize.
description.
No,
It's just
it is a description, but it should not be on the radio.
No.
No,
You
let's start the business.
All right.
Gentlemen, listen, let's start the business. This is
Uh-huh.
on radio. You got people listening. You
Okay.
online. So everybody, some people are viewing. We're on YouTube. So when you there are some words you don't use on the radio. Even our announcers, they don't play any songs on the radio. There are songs that we scrutinize. You don't just play them. So you have to be mindful of the choice of words. Do you agree with me?
So
Do you
I
agree with
may
me?
not agree
No.
with you.
I am the moderator. I'm the host.
Only to the fact that you being the moderator,
So-
not me.
so we're not gonna argue about this.
Subjective
You
to
eating up your
whatever
time.
you
You
agree.
eating up your time. Do you agree that you have to be said some words will not be used on the radio? Do you agree? It's a yes or no question.
I could partly agree.
Do you agree?
I could partly agree.
You could partly
I
agree.
could partly agree.
But some words will not be used on the radio.
I could partly agree.
So I'm saying some words will not be used on the radio.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
All
Let's
right.
move.
So, home masquerading
Mhm.
in her directions. It's a clear manifestation that indeed she is not willing to work in accordance with the students' community. They have been texted.
How is she masquerading?
They have been texted and proven. Evidenced by our actions and our reactions towards the situations that are permeating the outside the corridors of the University of Liberia. When we having to talk about the evidence by our actions and our reactions of instance, are there made mentions about the aborting? Are there made mentions about the insufficiencies of the armchairs, wherein our mothers, because mind you, we have mothers, we have our fathers in, they are attending the University of Liberia. We have our brothers, we have our sisters. But they have been reduced and deduced and subdued to 30 chairs. It is not a contradiction.
This has been an old age issue.
It's not about old age. It's not about old age.
Under her leadership, there should be change.
We are talking about transformations.
I agree.
So if this thing happened yesterday, and if you want to still move on the very same trajectory of the happening yesterday, what is the transformative aspect of the transformation that we are anticipating of? So our argument have been of these challenges, the aborting, the armchairs, the increasements of sections, the model data identification cards, and the dilapidated and deformed laboratory and labs. If you haven't
At the state-run university.
At the state-run university. In fact, Liberia, the University of Liberia cannot be compared at levels of the Fabric College.
In Sierra Leone.
The Fabric College is far more better than the University of Liberia. But wherein we get a bunch of blotter, a bunch of money eaters, vampires, they preside over the affairs of the university. And the Nicodemus Safun, the resources that the Berabot set of sons and daughters, they go in search for at the end of the day, they pay their fair attached, but they are not accessible to the adequate and textual learning environment.
Okay.
It is a contradiction and from to the existence of the 25,000 students populace.
Let me
That
transition.
which we will not compromise as a revolutionary driven institution in defense of democracy, social justice, and academic freedom and peace.
Your colleague made mention of some of the things that, in fact, I asked a question whether there have been negotiations with the president, Dr. Mapaya. He said yes, and you alluded to that. With all of those meetings or the negotiations behind the scenes talking, I mean, how has she responded? What has are there been positive responses from her? Like, okay, we'll do better. We hope to do this. We hope to do that.
Basically, right, the Vanguard Student Education Party have means of reaching out. The first step of the Vanguard Party is through diplomatic means, which the party have gone through a lot of press releases, admitting the contradiction in the corridors of the University of Liberia. But unfortunately and regrettably, Dr. Mapaya has not listened, because over times we've had no more. The Student Education Party have written this madam on a lot of occasions, but today we still have these same issues at the University of Liberia. As the brother rightly stated, the issues that has to do with the aborting, the issues that has to do with insufficient of buses or mobility on the campuses of the University of Liberia, the issues that has to do with insufficient chairs, the issues that have to do with credentials only of the University of Liberia, because you have all of people who have book course credentials. You have BSc degrees, all teaching people who pursuing another BSc. That's a
At
contradiction.
the university?
At the university.
Oh,
of
yes.
A
Nigeria.
BSc holder is teaching somebody who is
BSc.
chasing after BSc?
Definitely. These are contradictions at the state premier
You
institution.
have to check it out. Go ahead.
Definitely. You have issues that has to do with ID cards. Unfortunately and regrettably, on our building forms, we pay for ID cards. Or some of us have been at the university for almost 3 to 4 years now. We cannot get a single ID card. We pay 200 every some extra on our building form for ID card. But we don't know where this money goes. We paid $150 for transportation. Most especially students.
You pay for transportation in the university.
Definitely on our building form. We pay this money, $150 on our building form. But unfortunately, we cannot even get any means of transporting ourselves. Most especially students who are on the Finance campus. Issues that has to do with the but this is one of the things I want to stress from. You cannot open the platform and student pay their $2,550 Liberian dollars to go to school, and after the students finish registering, the student doesn't have an access to the platform. Student cannot pay courses. You add the university capacity on for 23,000 to 25,000. You brought 800 sections. The 800 section cannot take all of the students on the campuses of the University of Liberia. The 800 section is subject up to 75 over 75. You say that because you want to have a suitable learning environment. The basic standard of a suitable learning environment is 45 students in a class.
Exactly.
So how will you say that you want to have a suitable environment, you get 75 students in a class? We are telling you to open the process. Because up to now, we have gone 1 month in school. But although we have gone 1 month in university, still ushering students giving admissions letter at the University of Liberia. So why? Because of the students. To miss 1 month of lesson in school, why? Because of the students. So you cannot treat tens of universities who have been in existence for 74 or broken years. This conference 15 million University of Liberia, 74 years of existence. You cannot be in existence for 74 years, and this is a university that continue to be dumped and bastardized. Let's look at the renovation aspect of the university. You close school for 6 months. You stop students from having access to education, although education is a constitutional right, specifically under the 1986 Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, right? Article 6. Education is a right. Even the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Education is a right. So you subjected the student, although this government came with the mantra of arrest, and one of the cardinal and significant aspect of arrest is education. So you keep on the mantra of arrest, most especially providing education for your citizens. But unfortunately, the biggest learning institution, you close the medical school, the only medical school in the institution with doctorate. You close doctorate for 6 months. You close the law school for 6 months. You close the undergraduate program for 6 months. You close the graduate school for 6 months on the basis of renovating the university. But it was surprising and it was interesting to know that after 6 months, there have not been a single renovation on the campuses of the University of Liberia. Today, if you go on the campuses of the University of Liberia, you will know that this government just wants to deprive ordinary students of education.
Wow.
And we are not begging for this because it is government monumental responsibility to provide education for each citizen.
Certainly.
Let's come to the issues of buses, as I already stated, right? The issue of buses, you will get to know that the university have about 25,000 students. And all of the 25,000 students, basically for undergraduate program, all of the 25,000 students, Finance campus have been the biggest because the Finance campus have about 8 colleges. So you have approximately about 17,000 students who attend at the Finance building. But unfortunately, the university doesn't have a single bus of its own to transport its students. The university, but we see ministry and agencies in this country that have their own buses. How will you say that education is one of the priorities, but you cannot invest in education? Let's look at the budget of the University of Liberia. The budget of the University of Labrador, this government came and said that they appropriated 38 million. 38 million. But it was surprising to know that even the University of Labrador Authority is studying order, they have not even received 25% of this money. They have not even received 25%. They only gave salaries and arrears. Up to now, the university have not received, the university have not yet received any resources that has to do with operational funds. The university have not received any money that has to do with operational funds. So you cannot reject the students to such a manner. But in the words of Kabaraki Narera of Tanzania, he will say to us that a student who does sing fight for equality is like a bird that doesn't fly. And Shakavara will also say to us in your words, not in so many words, but in few words, that a duty of the student is not just to pass an exam, but for the students to make sure and go against any form of injustices. We as ideological students at the University of Liberia, we will make sure to continue to challenge the status quo. We will make sure to continue to make sure that the premier emphasis should be placed on the over 25,000 student population at the University of Liberia.
One would say your action, your constant action always suffer. Whenever there is a new leadership, a new president at the university, you always have a strategy either to disrupt classes or to stop, because your action will be like, they will take your action to be like it will affect your fellow students, other students who also should be learning. Sometimes some of these actions you take, they see it as as something that will hamper their learning process.
The Vanguard Student Education Party, as we first stated, this is an institution. It's a revolutionary institution. So we believe in the three laws of dialectics. We firstly go through diplomatic process, or writing our press releases. And you guys who in the media field are aware of that. So the party will write releases. When the party writes releases, the party goes for negotiation. When the party goes for negotiation and the university authority is not still listening, the third law of dialectic takes action, which is the negation of the negation. That's the time you see students, ideological students, because we know that justice cannot be given on a silver platters. You need to struggle for it. And all around the world, people have been struggling for justice. So if you see, we are not a group who disrupt, who the conscious student will go to school and want to be protesting all day. But it is the material condition at the University of Liberia that makes students to protest. Let me honest. In such a 21st century, at the state premier learning institution, the microcosm of the larger society, this is an institution that people who are even reading biology and chemistry, right, at the University of Liberia cannot compute. I'm not saying what university in the world, right, but regional university around us cannot even compute. We are still drawing grasshopper in our very lab where other people are inventing. Where other people are inventing. So if you see this contradiction by reading, the last step that they can listen to, right, is the negation of the negation.
Yeah.
So the very first thing, I would like the disabuse the mind when it comes to the Vanguard Student Unification Party being in a perpetual.
Not my mind. It's the perception of Liberians.
Right?
Liberians.
Perception.
Yeah.
Liberians.
So I would like to disabuse that.
Okay.
The very first thing, if you listen to my colleagues, they made mentions of the approaches that we use when it comes to the T law or dialectics. They made mentions of that. In furtherance, let us be very, very much categorically clear in our speeches. As related to the Vanguard Party don't just dive into the course of actions, but the Vanguard Party use a diplomatic approach. And when the students, like the abortion issue, have you carried on your survey to know some of those students who are within the dimension of the situation that is on ground? Have you conducted a survey?
25% of the students
So,
are in school.
25% of the students, they are out of classes. They are not in school. Some of them, they are being probated. their own predictions in their various sections. In fact, their various sections, they are not even sure of them being in a section. They tell you the structures of the state-run university. And more of that, yesterday, even before yesterday, when we started the argument, the students saw themselves reflecting within the argument that were proper on pavements. There's a reason why you saw vast majorities of the students, they gave audience to our arguments. So one more. So this is it only singular to you that the administration need to do more.
What is the progress on Dr. Mapai? How has been the progress so far since she took over?
She's
barely a year.
There is no progress.
She has not
There is no progress. There is no progress. We'll say that. The very first thing, before she could take over the university, we know that there are a series of problems. We've been intact, more especially looking at the cosmetic renovations that were conducted. Yet instead, we still remain unbending when it comes to the accountability as related to the affairs of the renovations. And more of that, except of that, we want people credentials to be well audited. Credential audit should be conducted. You listen to my comrades. He said it. We are very clear about that. So there is nothing that changed or little changes. During her induction ceremony, she did make mentions of 100 days. 100 days should be allotted to her. That the bus issue will be watered down to the core. Within a twinkle of an eye, the university, as a state-run university, don't have a single bus on her own. But she flee from here. Went in America. She's still all over the country. She went in America. She made days, weeks upon weeks. At the end of the day, you don't see the over 25,000 students populate money to fly and go abroad and bring nothing back to be a contributing factor to the university. You look at that as a disservice.
Sometimes some of these things for development for buses or something. Apparently she went to lobby.
No, aside of that, Paul having the lobby listings. Let me just tell you, it is the responsibilities of the national government. If you look at the regulatory aspects, which is a handbook that regulates the affairs of the university, it tells you that the university, the governments of the day, 80% of the contributions when it comes to the budgetary allocation, it should come from the angle of the government. There's a reason why we look at the Trokon-led administrations to be a failed administration. When it comes to
is the government not supporting the university?
We come to that. This is what I want to dive to, right? All right. One of the Trokon-led administration. If you look at the Rex agenda, you see the E within it. But now the E has been compromised to the codes. And even under the Trokon-led administration that prioritized the educational sector, you saw it going down during the presidential sooner. It was a punch and slap in the faces of the over 25,000 students populace who are anticipating for education and adequate environment. Before the presidential sonant, there was a message that was forwarded to the students of the university, precisely the Capitol Hill campus, telling them to stay out of classes. How can the government who prioritize the education sector but have done paras and jeopardize the education sector and leave it intact? That is a slap in the faces of the over 25,000 students populace. It's a clear manifestation that the Trokon-led administration, she don't prioritize education. In fact, she abused Article 6 of the organic law of this country, for which, before he would be inducted into office, he took an oath to uphold and defend the constitutions of the Republic of Liberia. How come now the constitution has been dumperized? How come now the constitution has been compromised? And the individual self-imposed act of dasting have been the orders of the day. There's a reason why we, as a revolutionary sons of the indomitable revolutionary vanguard student unification party, our actions and our reactions remain unapologetic. And we are not answerable to the backward and reactionary elements who feel within himself the resources, thereof of this country is fully entitled to them. In fact, they should be the direct beneficiary of the resources. We classify them as a threat to the structures of the states. Insofar, the material conditions of the over 25,000 students populace is not squarely met. Insofar, there are multiple stages of contradictions that are permeating via the corridors of the university and transition into the larger society. It is our multi-mundial responsibility as revolutionary foot soldiers of the Vanguard Student Unification Party to ignite that revolutionary consciousness.
Don't you see it necessary to give the president at least a year, the president of the university, a year, so before coming up with, with all of these reactionaries or so?
Let me honest and be very clear in our speeches here, right? The Revolutionary Vanguard Student Unification Party do not have issues with any president at the University of Nigeria. Our issue have been the system. This is why you see when the Mampayans were appointed by the president, the Vanguard Student Unification Party welcomes her at the University of Nigeria. Certainly. Our issues have been against the rattiness of the system. This is the president, right? You spoke of renovation aspect of the university. It was interesting to know that Mr. Weah stated that 13 million was allocated for renovation. We don't know if that money is an audio money. But up to now, no renovation on the campus of the University of Nigeria. Because we don't need to give the president a year. A year. Because if this president is very serious, if the national government really contribute to that university, that place will be a good place. This is why the act that created the University of Nigeria was very clear. The act says the government of the day should contribute 80%. Concessions, companies in the country should contribute 10%. The student should also contribute 10%. So I think in my mind, if the government is giving her 80%, as it is stated in the act of the University of Nigeria, that place will be a very good place. In such a contemporary war, a state-run university is still complaining on buses. In such a contemporary war, students at the University of Nigeria still 30 chairs on a head, although the student pay $100 for breakfast fee. For the last time, I've not seen any chairs on the campus of the University of Nigeria. So we don't need to give Dada Mampayan a 1 year to see changes at the University of Liberia. If this matter is very serious, even for now, we will see some teachers at the university. But up to now, the only thing we see for the madam will travel about 4 times since she become president of the University of Liberia. She's an air president.
Okay.
So looking
we will have to go to the lines. Yes, make a point.
Yeah. So looking at her being an air president, she fly to and fro, by and from, with over 25,000 rather, plus students populace money.
How sure are you?
Nothing.
How sure are you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
She's working, so she has to.
No, she is working, right? She is working, and more than that, she is the head of the university. She is the one that starts with the responsibility to regulate the affairs of the university.
She has her own budget.
So only to the fact that she has been tasked with that responsibility, mind you, there are some things that will happen beyond God's back. We are cognizant of that. Again, we are very clear about that. So we want to say this. The Bwakakun-led administrations that told us that she prioritized education. The universal human rights declarations have been violated. The organic law of this country have been violated. The cat law have been violated. There are other national and international laws that Liberia as a country and nations on our own shall fix a signature to uphold and defend. By the end of the day, we want to see all those laws that shall fix a signature to have been put in the trash can. And while black garment and black veils have been the orders of the day.
Okay.
So we are very clear about that. That the Mampaya should do the needful. But in an attempted attempt not to do the needful that would be a direct beneficiary to the existence of the 25,000 students populace, the Vanguard Student Unification Party, actions will not be compromised. We will move in the interest of the students and will move in the interest of the students to the core.
Okay.
That's the position of the Vanguard.
Move in the students' position.
Yeah.
The numbers are
in the
07
interest.
in the students'
Yeah.
interest. The numbers are 0770573477, 0770573477, 0881 8716700, 0881 8716700. The WhatsApp line is +231 886 681198. Student Unification Party representatives are here, and they have given the president of the University of Liberia 24 hours, 24 hours, 48 hour ultimatum to open it. It's the airport.
The airport
button. Okay, the app button.
The app button.
Okay, make it accessible.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are, in fact, that's one of their points, and so they've been here. We've been having a wonderful, heated conversation, but it's been wonderful. So if you're there, it's time that we hear you, the audience. Let's hear you. What do you make? If you're a student of the university, I know you've been listening to them. What have you experienced under Dr. Mapaya, her leadership? In less than 6 months, I guess. What have you experienced? 0770573477, 0770573477, 0881-871-670. This person on the line right here. Good morning. Good morning. Let's say.
I'm not a University of Liberia, but I think I'm a Liberian that students have the quality education that are. And let me say this to both of them. Let me say this. You guys have to be professional in your application, and I think the term you give, madam, like that is very much short. And we all follow the student policy this country. Sometimes they put on a political aspect, they are being portrayed by the politicians. I think they are not being portrayed one with the other, but they have to be professional and be representing for that to make content for achieve quality education. Let us go the professional way to see how the Malaka go. Thank you for your putting me down. Thank you so much.
0777 573-477, 0770-573-477. I'll take one more, and then because we're almost out of time, let me get this person right here. Good morning. Good morning. I don't know. This person on this line. Good morning. Yes, sir. Let's hear you quickly. Let's hear you, Chris. Thank you so much. Gentlemen, we have to go. We're almost out of time. Yes, we just have 2 minutes. The guy said 8 hours, and you said 48
hours.
The best said.
Yeah. So,
okay, so like I want to make it.
All right. So that's it.
Yeah. So let's just wrap it up. We're out of time already.
So once again, the name remains constant. Timothy Johnson Kwa Junior, Junior Kwa Johnson Timothy, commonly known as Moja. And I want to say this again. Thank you whatever so much for us being here on a specified day to be squarely and wholeheartedly being invited by the Kear family. Yeah. Anytime you invite us, our arms are open to come on your platform and add our views and get our perspective. Here at the levels of the national issues, here at the levels of the university, and even here at the levels of international issues. We make ourselves available. So, but we want to be very clear. Our argument remains very, very much unbending. The R button should be reactivated. The giving of the students' identification card should be taken care of. The increasements of the chairs on the campuses of the University of Liberia should be well taken care of. The dilapidated buildings, the likes of the ghost camp building or the horror movie building, EAB building, should be well structured. in all other buildings. The length of our there is a commerce going as far as what we call the other in bar room, where when our sisters they are easy themselves, they are embarrassed.
Okay.
They need to see how there's a solution lie that problem.
Thank you.
Insofar there is nothing a solution, it is our responsibility as avid laws and sons and daughters, for soldiers of the Vanguard Student Unification Party to agitate and propagate. We propagate a message in the interest of the 25,000 students of SUMTUL County.
Okay. Yes.
So once again, it's an honor, right, to be on this platform, and we open our arms. Most importantly, when it has to do with issues that surrounds the student populace. Again, I'm Theophilus Blue, the Kear, student at the University of Liberia, Secretary General on the Bureau of Education and out of the Revolutionary Vanguard Student Education Party. So we hope and pray that we will have this engagement, not for the first time, but anytime we wish to reach out. And basically, the type of perception that people have pertaining to the Revolutionary Vanguard Student Education Party. I listen to one of the brothers, right? I just want to respond to a comment in less than 30 seconds. Yeah, that has to do with we should give them an time and we'll be professional. Protection in this country is a constitutional right that is under Article 17 of the Liberian Constitution to examine. We only examine to make sure that the madam do the right thing in the interest of the ordinary people, the better sellers children, who go at the University of Liberia to get quality textual education. So once again, brother, we appreciate the time for the jet.
Okay.
Hope and pray that we'll have another conversation another day.
Thank
it was
you.
a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Of course, we have to go. And of course, it comes to an end today. I'll be here on tomorrow, the Mayweather edition. This is said, my name is Jefferson Weah. Keep following Kear Network on Facebook and on YouTube. And listen to Kear Radio 95.9. Make it your own. Until then, have yourself a blessed Tuesday from Monrovia. Bye-bye.
Thank you, bro. So, boy, it's the better